Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and today we are going to be leaving the house, which is not something that I do very often. Zach was on vacation from work for the week, so we wanted to take advantage of him having a weekday off and go out while places were less busy. First, we stopped at a local cafe that we never get to go to for coffee and breakfast before we went back home and made some lunch for a picnic and headed out.
He said it was something about that bracelet he's wearing. But then he made fixes. He said he wasn't going to show you.
The main event of the day was going to the Botanic Gardens. We don't get to go very often, but we love going when we can. And I think we got pretty lucky with our timing. The weather was cooler than it was predicted to be, and I made sure to bring my neck fan and extra packets of liquid IV so that my symptoms were pretty manageable for most of the day. And I think this is the first time we got to visit with there being so many flowers still in bloom. In the past, we've gone later in the summer and everything was kind of wilted. Or we go in the winter during the Light Festival when pretty much everything is no longer green. One of the first gardens you pass on the route is the sensory garden, which is probably my favorite. There's a wall at the entrance that blocks out a surprising amount of noise from the outer areas, so mostly you just hear the water fountains by the entrance, and all of the plants here are either like really fragrant or they're textured or they're really pretty to look at. I hope that one day we can take inspiration from this and have an area of it like in our own backyard. I think that would be amazing.
Botanic Gardens. You work it, B. Oh, he's like, oh man, ain't none of these open.
My hands were getting a little shaky, so I didn't get a lot of footage of the farm and homesteading gardens, but they really made me want to start a garden. That's something that's been on my list for the last couple of years. We just haven't been able to afford it, and also I don't do well in the heat, so it's kind of nervous. But the chickens looked so healthy and happy, and I'm hoping to get more research on chicken care done in the future. I started a Notion database after this trip. We stopped to sit in the pavilion for a bit. I'm trying to get better about taking breaks when we're doing stuff outdoors so I don't cause flare-ups, but when I get overheated, my brain becomes very bad at making decisions, and I have a hard time gauging when I need to take a break. I reapplied SPF, but I still got a sunburn. I think I was sweating so much that the SPF just slid off my skin. It wasn't a bad sunburn for the most part, it still happened even though I did reapply as instructed. This garden with the iris statue reminds me of the scene in Spirited Away when Chihiro is sneaking out to see her parents. It's so pretty, and if there was shaded seating in this area, this would have been a great spot to eat lunch. We managed to leave right before the weather turned on its heel and it started pouring. We waited in the car for a break in the rain to go into Barnes & Noble and still managed to get completely soaked, so I didn't want to handle my camera very much while everything was drenched. I did get a new book that I pretty much devoured over the next couple of days. It was really cute. I really liked it. Stuck things under the lens.
Me too.
After we had way too much cake, Zach went in his game room and I went into my craft room, and we turned back into introvert pumpkins to recharge. I was crazy tired from being out in the heat, and I had to reapply the sunburn ointment repeatedly over the next couple of days, but it was still a really nice day with my favorite person and a nice evening reading a good book. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me a flower emoji in the comments to let me know that you stayed until the end, and hit subscribe if you want to see more of my content in the future. I hope you're having a wonderful day, or that tomorrow is better. Bye.